1 billion was the cost of the tracker mortgage scandal, between compensation and the cost to the banks in fines. €1 billion. The intention of this... Sorry, I understand, Minister, I understand you're talking to our official, but I'm speaking. I would appreciate if you would listen to me when I'm talking to you. I've just mentioned on the record of the Dáil that 1 billion was the cost of a tracking mortgage, and you went across the floor to talk to our official while I'm speaking. Please give me the courtesy to listen to me. And I'm speaking about €1 billion, and you disappeared talking to your official. Give me the courtesy of listening to me when I'm talking. Thank you. 1 billion was the cost of traffic mortgage scandal, between the compensation and the cost to the banks in fines. The intention of the new bill is to change the culture across firms, and individuals will no longer be able to evade personal responsibility for the conduct of the companies they run. Minister, I'm going to ask you a question, and it's well documented. The bank crisis cost €5.4 billion, yet Irish Nationwide was only fined €23,000. €23,000 is all Irish Nationwide was fined. It is likely to continue. Is this likely to continue in the new bill? I can go on all day long, Minister, about what the banking crisis has done for families, for farm owners. There was a court case in the High Court last year where it showed that the banks had sold on the debt from farm to a third party. And the law states that you cannot sell on land as a third party debt. You can sell on a property, such as a house property or a business property, but you cannot sell on third party land. But the banks continued and made up more fines within the courts, and pushing this and pushing the farmers to the pin of their collar, even though they're not supposed to be able to do it. So that's the farmers. Then we go to business owners. They were scraping to survive through hard times. And the bank at one stage were ringing you to hand you out money, telling you you can borrow more, and then they come along, the second that there was any bit of a slowdown, they closed the doors on everyone and took everything out from underneath you and bullied their way through and taken back properties. Pushed families out of their homes they were trying to pay, demanded full repayments, and refused to meet with lenders and said to them, no, we want the full amount or it's nothing, or we're taking back your houses. Then the bank came along and dealt with multinationals that were buying hundreds of houses, and they put them together in a package and sold them off to the banks. Banks sold them off for peanuts, even though the people that were going to repay these loans would have repaid more in the long term if they stuck with them. The bailout of the banks in this country itself was a scandal. The people in this country were there to back the banks. When the crunch came, the banks or the government were not there to back the people. It seems to be going, and it seems to be repeating itself every time there's a new government. Not only does the bank not back the people, now the government don't back it. And now we're in another crisis. And every time we come up with a solution, ye let the departments here come up with crazy ideas on how to fix things. But all you do is drive inflation and put more hurt on top of the people that are trying to pay their way. So, Minister, let's not make mistakes of the past. You're here long enough to learn, but the only thing you haven't learned is that the independents here are the only true voice of the people in this country. And you have yet failed to listen to us. And every time you make mistakes, you have to do U-turns, and it comes back to exactly what we say first day.